Kitchen. I'm Johnny Vaccaro. I'm very excited today because we're making one of my favorite dishes, Chilean sea bass with a side of asparagus. Chilean sea bass is unlike a lot of other fish. It contains a lot of great protein and a lot of great fats as well, but the flavor that it has is so unique. Unlike normal white fish that tend to be just very dry and flaky, Chilean sea bass is one of my favorites because it's so moist and the flavor is very unique. I'm going to be marinating that today with some olive oil, some garlic, and some lemon, and some spices. I'm going to throw that into the oven. While that is in the oven, I'm going to be making our side dish, which is asparagus. The asparagus are very easy to prepare, and we're going to be preparing those with our Tuscan olive oil, just about a quarter cup or so, our grated Parmesan cheese, just about 2 tablespoons of our Parmesan cheese, some lemon, some garlic, and our asparagus, which I went ahead and chopped the ends off because the ends tend to be a little bit harder. And so we chop the ends off, so when we bake them, they're going to be nice and tender. Our asparagus is one of the easiest side dishes to prepare. It is packed with folate, vitamin C, and vitamin K, which are very essential nutrients, especially to athletes. First step is to take our asparagus, which I already washed up and cut, and I'm just going to lay it down on our baking sheet. You don't want any asparagus to overlap. And once that's down, I poured in some of our Torciano Tuscan olive oil, just about a quarter cup of it. And I have 2 tablespoons of our Parmesan grated cheese. And I'm just going to put some of that into the olive oil. I'm also going to put some black pepper into the mixture. And some lemon. Squeeze some lemon. Again, the ingredients are so simple, but it's going to yield some very, very tasty results. And of course, a nice clove of garlic. We're just going to put that through the press and mince it along. We want to whisk the ingredients so that we get a nice pasty mixture. It should be nice and thick. My next step is to take the brush, soak it into the mixture, and just spread the mixture evenly on each piece of asparagus, nice and even. The reason why we want the mixture to be nice and thick is so that all of the ingredients stay on the asparagus while it's roasting, and this is going to be awesome. The cheese is going to bring a whole new dimension to just regular asparagus. The mixture is spread evenly throughout all of our asparagus, and now it's time to put them into our 400-degree oven for about 12 minutes. Our asparagus have about another 8 minutes to go, which is perfect time for me to prepare our Chilean sea bass. The Chilean sea bass I chose today is a little bit more than a 1/4 inch thick. And it's a roughly small piece, just a little bit over a 1/4 pound or so. And that's going to be perfect just for one serving. I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of our Torciano extra virgin Tuscan olive oil into our little bowl. And in this bowl, I already combined a little bit of paprika with just a little pinch of chili powder. And I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle that in. Depending on how spicy you want, you could also maybe add a little pinch of cayenne pepper. I'm going to opt to use a little bit of crushed red pepper, not too much. And a squeeze of a lemon. This is going to be a perfect marinade, nice and light, and it's going to give the sea bass a lot of flavor and a lot of color with that paprika. Get all the juice into there and whisk it up. just going to take our brush and just go ahead and sort of paint our Chilean sea bass. Now we're going to go ahead and bake our sea bass on our 425 degree oven for about 10 to 12 minutes. The buzzer just rang and our asparagus are ready. They have an excellent color and they smell wonderful. That smell of the Parmesan cheese and the garlic really is going to make this stand out. We're going to let those cool before we try them, and we're also going to increase our oven temperature to 425 degrees for our Chilean sea bass. While our asparagus is cooling and our Chilean sea bass is cooking, I'm going to share with you some of my top 5 running songs to keep you motivated throughout your long runs and your workouts. I hope you enjoy them. Our buzzer just rang and our Chilean sea bass is all ready. Look at that color. This looks perfect. The chili powder and the paprika gave it such a nice color. And now it's time to serve it with our fresh asparagus. We're ready to serve our dinner. But first, I'm just going to remove everything from our baking sheets and transfer them onto our plate. Let's start with the sea bass. The sea bass is very gentle, so you really want to be careful that it doesn't break during the transfer process. Let's see if we could do that. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Perfect. Just gonna put that right there. And it's nice and tender. And now we're just gonna put our asparagus onto our plate as well. This looks fantastic. You could also serve this with some rice or some quinoa if you want some added carbs. But this dish looks fantastic. I'm very proud of it, and now it's time to try it. But first, don't forget to pour yourself a nice glass of white wine to accompany the dish. Look at the color of the Chilean sea bass. We're going to serve that with just a wedge of lemon, and just check out the consistency of the asparagus as well. This dish is excellent. Really nice presentation, and now it's time to taste it. Ready? Nice and moist, crispy on the outside. Wow, it has such a nice buttery flavor to it. Unlike flaky, regular like sole fillets, the Chilean sea bass is so meaty. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Johnny Vaccaro. This is Running the Kitchen. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.